back to my dad's channel. Welcome back to my dad's channel. Welcome back to my dad's channel.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Phoenix 198720 here to bring you my latest episode in my Let's Talk About It series. And today's topic, well, we're going to talk about lifetime sales for the Nintendo home console per million. And it's an up and down one, as you can see by the graph in front of me. And yes, I was nice enough to do a graph and then read the stupid numbers off a piece of paper. So in NES, it delivered 61.91 million units worldwide. And it had a lot of great things. It offered 2-player, it offered Mario, and Sega and Atari was the only competition. So they had a little bit bigger bite than them. They were not as familiarized with that, but they did. They came out with a good library for the NES. Zelda, Mario, Final Fantasy, Mega Man, all the good ones. So Johnny, who lives down the street from everybody, was the most popular kid on the block because he had one of those bad boys. You went to Johnny's house, you wanted to shoot that duck, on Duck Hunt. And then the Super NES era came out. Again, Nintendo's biggest competition at the time was Sega. Yes, you got it. You got Mario, Let's Go versus Sonic. And I don't know what he says. And as you see, they sold 49.1 million units. It is a dip, but they had split screen. They had really good games. Not saying that Sega didn't have split screen and really good games. But they were making a splash. They didn't have the hardware underneath that Sega did at the time. Now we're going to jump on to the Nintendo 64 era. And as you can see, it only sold 32.93 million at the time. They offered new things, 4-player split screen, but they came into an issue, and the issue was new competition. Sony PlayStation. And yes, Sony PlayStation wasn't only a home console, it was a Sony Entertainment System, which means it did more than just play video games. PlayStation 1, well, it had a CD player in it. So when you didn't have, you got a brand new CD and you did not have a CD player, but you had the PlayStation 1 and you were tired of listening to those damn cassettes, which some of you guys watch this might not know what a cassette is, and I feel bad for you. But you pop that bad boy into your PlayStation 1 and you were able to play it through your TV. What did the N64 do? You couldn't play music through it. It was purely a home console, not a home entertainment system, a home console. Big difference. And that's how the marketing was done. Nintendo stuck to video games, plural. And what makes it even funner is when you get to the Gamecube era, the Gamecube was the most powerful console in that era. Xbox originally came out at that time, PS2 came out, and Gamecube. But as you can see on the graph that each console Nintendo releases dips, and get lows, and they only sold 21.74 million. They had the most powerful console, but again, the PlayStation 2 kicked the crap out of the Nintendo GameCube. But one of the biggest selling points for the PlayStation 2 at that time was a DVD player was $400, $500, $600, depending on what brand you wanted. And the PlayStation 2 was $300, $400. So a lot cheaper to get PS2 just for the DVD purposes. So when Granny's at the store and she can't afford a PlayStation or a DVD player because they're too goddamn expensive, and the guy from Wally World that works there says, "You know what? Do you have a grandson named Johnny?" And she replies, "Yes, I do." "Well, you want to kill two birds with one stone? Why don't you get the PlayStation 2? You can watch your DVDs at home. And when Johnny comes up to visit you and he's annoying the piss out of you, well, let him play the PlayStation 2. It's a win-win situation, and that's what did it. They were able to sell the DVD player. in them. Why not? But if you can see that the Wii has shot up by, I don't know, 80 million units from the Gamecube. It was the weaker system by far. The PS3, Blu-ray player, the Xbox 360, way more powerful than the Wii. I'm not gonna lie. They were offering HDMI, 720p. Nintendo, we'll stick to the 420. And that's what they did. But they did something different with this console. Because they offered motion. And it's really cool that they did that. They offered the motion in the game. So, but they didn't aim it just at pure gamers. They aimed it at a whole huge world, from the young to the old, from the old to the young. You got young kids that want to learn. You could buy games just to teach them how and learn. It was awesome. And you want to get that exercise in? Well, Nintendo had games for exercise. Nintendo had games that were refreshing. They had a lot of different type of games. It was from a board game to a learning game to an exercise game to a video game. They had it all. And it was backwards compatible via virtual console. So that was a plus for them. But at the same time, they said we don't have to go with HDMI high def type of console. We're just gonna keep it simple. And they sold the console. NES and the Wii sold at the same price across the board. And that's how they kept it. So then we get on to the Wii U era. And the Wii U era, as you can see, took a huge damn dip. About 86%, or 86 million left. But Nintendo, they did something wrong with this one, and it wasn't the machine itself. It was their piss poor marketing. And yes, and you can even check, go back and look at the Wii U reveal trailer and the trailers for the Wii U. All it ever said was brand new controller. Yep, folks. They advertised a brand new console as a controller. So people who had the Wii say, why the hell am I paying $299, $399 for a damn controller? I don't need that. And that's where Nintendo lost a bunch of people. It was their first console that was 720p, plug in the HDMI cord, plug in the TV, you're good to go. But they advertised a damn controller, so guess what? Controllers don't sell systems. Market a console and it will sell. Nintendo, well, they fucked up. And you can't really blame the people, because they were looking for a console. Nintendo gave them a controller. They marketed a controller. They didn't market a console. They marketed a controller, because in the advertisements for the Wii U, you saw the Wii Fit board, you saw Wii remotes, the Wii nunchucks. Don't get me wrong. All they ever said was a brand new controller. So Nintendo, you fucked up there. If you didn't advertise just a controller and a brand new system, you probably would have did at least 20 million units. But you gotta settle at the Wii U. The Wii U is a great system. I'm not gonna lie. Now we move on to the latest. It is Nintendo Switch. Nintendo decided, you know what? We dominate one market. We do okay in another market. Let's combine them. How can we combine them so we can hit both markets at once? Okay, we got you. We're gonna bring this old school. We're gonna go out with a giant ass Game Boy Advance. And I will say that way. But we gotta be able to innovate, so they go back to cartridges. A little more expensive to manufacture, but that's beside the point. Joy-Cons removed, unless you get the light, then the Joy-Cons removed. It's portable. It's high def, 1080p. So they hit the ground, but they were able to market it and keep developers making games for their console, because they hit from the young to the old to the young. Everybody in between. And you can't say the Nintendo Switch didn't do that. Right now, they've done 84.59 million units. And we're still going strong. We're almost at the 5th year now. So, what's next going to be for Nintendo? They're going to keep riding this wave out or whatnot? But you can see it. Nintendo makes a great big, start good, dip, 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 shoots up, and then makes a V. And they're doing excellent in my head. But at the same time, I want to pump the brakes right now. Do me a solid. Hit that like button. Share this with all your friends and family and across all your social media platforms. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Then swing over and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my latest video. And then, like I said, do you think Nintendo's going to keep this up and down rise, or did they actually get it this time? So, lifetime sales. Is Nintendo going to still be around for the next console war? Or, sorry Xbox, I'm going to hate to say this, I think Xbox is the console that needs to go. They ain't selling shit. But for further ado, this is Phoenix 1987-20 saying I hope you have a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. Peace.